And welcome back, everybody. Episode 175 of Two Goalies, One Mic, brought to you by where we currently are right now, Fattey Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room, with over 300 beers to choose from, as you can see on the back wall there. And we're going to pull it right here. They do have a few advent calendars left that you can see down there. So make sure you get your hands on the advent calendars while they still last. He wants to be a part of the show apparently right now. So
what do we got?
We're live here from Fattey Beer, guys. Live. We're live right now. This is one of our biggest supporters here, Greg Dave, manager of the Lancaster location.
Yes.
We're live here at the downtown location, having an absolute blast. Great
score
vibes
prediction, parlay. What do you need from me?
Well, you decided to get into the show like right from the start.
Score prediction?
You want to do a score prediction? All right, early score prediction here from Greg Day Jr.
6. Score prediction: 4-2 Buffalo. -1.5 is a cover. A lock. Tage Thompson anytime.
Lock. Tage Thompson anytime. He's signing off. Greg Day, GD2. Kind of just popped in there out of nowhere. We're a lot of people down here at the downtown location. So if you're on your way to the Sabres game looking for a full frosty one, before you head into the game, great prices. Again, a massive selection of beer here. 5 Genesee Street. Stop in, have a beer. We'll still be here. Have a beer with us. Talk some Sabres hockey. Or if you just need somewhere to watch the game, come down and watch it. We'll have a thing in mind. Sure. So, Sabres take on the Blackhawks after a short Christmas break, after finally breaking the 13-game losing streak, Connor. A winnable game, but still, the Chicago Blackhawks are not a slouch and should not be taken.
No, absolutely not. I think we've learned anything from this team that no team should be taken lightly. They're the only team, one of the only teams in the league that are currently not as good as the Sabres, which is really saying something. But getting a win like they did on the road against the Islanders, 7-1 convincing victory, I think that's obviously huge coming back home, where the Sabres haven't played well. That's no secret to anybody. They haven't played well in years at KeyBank Center. And I think tonight, in front of a holiday crowd, what looks to be a sellout, I'm struggling to get tickets under the price of $75.
Which is wild.
Under the price of $75 for the cheapest seats in the building, which is really saying something for a Sabres game. Obviously, 2 days after Christmas, I'm home from LA. I'm here in town from Buffalo, going to the game with my friends. But this is a big night for the team. Obviously, ending the losing streak was huge. Ending the winless streak was huge. But performing well in front of this, I would say, largely Sabres pro crowd, I think is going to be a big deal for this team and their psyche and their confidence moving forward for the rest of the year into next year. So we'll see what happens, but I'm expecting a good game.
Lots of people piling in here to Fattey Beer, supporters of the show, both in Buffalo and not in Buffalo. We are live. We are live. Let's go, boys. Thank you, guys.
The LA Bills backers, president
of the LA Bills backers back here. Came all the way from California just to be on this podcast.
His second appearance.
Nothing to do with Christmas.
Hey, bring me a beer? Just get whatever is on tap.
Yeah. So, I agree with everything you said, Connor. This is, we have to leave what just happened in the rear view, right? As critical as we were about the team, as negative as we were about the team, and rightfully so with the way they played. I would say 12 out of those 13 games, I thought they definitely deserved to win against Boston. You got to leave that in the rearview mirror and start, again, stringing together some wins in a very bad.
Yeah, it's a gettable conference, and I'd say that if they were to break this streak, this 13-year playoff drought, this would be the year to do it. It's pretty unfortunate what's happened in the past few weeks, obviously, because they were in a great spot, 11-9-1. Third place in the Atlantic Division before that. But this is the type of streak that can be put in the rear view completely if you go on a 5-6 game run here. They are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, but they're not completely out of it. They have the ability and they have the talent and they have the ability to come back and respond to it as good as they possibly can.
Yep.
So I think tonight's a good start against a very bad team. -165 on the money line, the Sabres are. There aren't going to be many games like that the rest of the season where they're -165. Especially at home, especially in front of a sellout crowd. This is a confidence game, and this is the type of game they need to get back on track.
This is definitely, unlike the Toronto Maple Leafs game, be a very pro Sabres crowd.
There's going to be a lot of Blackhawks fans. I've seen them walking around downtown.
Yeah, you're like,
It's a good fan base.
but it's not like it was when they came. Like,
Sure.
you have King jerseys everywhere. Very pro Sabres crowd tonight for sure, unlike against the Toronto Maple Leafs, where I can confidently say it was 85% Leafs fans in the building. I was there. It was nuts. And I don't blame them at all. I whatever, like I was so angry at the team. Have you caught any of the World Junior tournament?
Saw a little bit of the USA game yesterday. I think I bet them -1.5 when they were up 3-2. End up winning 10-4, which is a very convincing win against a relatively good Germany team. They've got some good prospects. I think German hockey has improved over the years. Obviously, you see the guys like JJ Peterka and Leon Draisaitl in the league. They've improved as a nation, as a hockey nation, relatively significantly in the past few years. So that's a pretty convincing win. I personally think, obviously, the tournament is in Canada. I think it's a toss-up between USA and Canada for who's the favorite. USA has one of the best forward groups in the world, let alone just this tournament. Obviously, Canada is going to have the home ice advantage, and they've got some great players of their own. But having guys like James Hagens, Perreault, guys who Ryan Leonard, they play at BC together, having that chemistry, and coming off last year's win as well. This Team USA World Junior team is unbelievable, and I can't wait to see them play Canada coming up.
Yeah, right. Hey, you forgot representing Buffalo on Team USA, Adam Cleaver and Brody Zemer. Brody Zemer with 2 goals yesterday, and we kind of highlighted that at 2 goals, one Mike earlier. Just the way you want to see goals scored. Going to the net, the first goal was just an unbelievable individual effort from Hudson, who had 5 assists that game. And the dish went over to Brody Zeimer, who was backdoor on the back end. It was almost like a pass, but it was meant for the deflection. He didn't really have to do anything. He just kind of angled the stick, went top corner for his first goal. The second goal, just going in that, banging at the goaltender's pad, not giving up on the play, and eventually getting that puck across the line. It went to review. Shocker for anybody representing the Buffalo Sabres, but it was eventually called the goal for his second of the game, and a 10-4 decisive Team USA win over Team Germany. I can't remember how to say his name, from Slovakia. Martin.
Yeah, you know better than I.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he had an assist yesterday too. Again, a decent showing from players representing the Buffalo Sabres in the IIHF World Junior tournament. One of arguably the biggest tournaments in the world. Not even arguably, honestly. But a lot of great memories with that tournament. You go back to Casey Middlestat. As 2 years ago, before he was Sabres property, the performance Devin Levi put on for Team Canada, just coming short of a gold medal, but he had a below 1 goals against average the entire tournament, 0.7 something. It was insane. So a lot of good memories in that tournament for sure. A lot of fans popping into Eddie Beer. It's popping down here.
It makes sense. I can't get tickets to the game.
Recognize a lot of people representing not just Sabres, 2 goalies from like family. How was your Christmas, Hurls? Let's get into that too before we get into more Sabres. Let's talk about our Christmases. How was your Christmas, bud?
Christmas was good. It's always good to come home. Flew out from LA a couple days before. Got in. I wasn't able to go to the Patriots game on Sunday. It was not only 9 degrees, but I had a family Christmas party. So I wasn't able to get that after they flexed the time of the game. But Christmas is good. Spent some time with family. I was just down at Canal Side today skating with my nephew for the first time, teaching him how to skate. He's a natural. He used the little penguin push tool, but the kid was unbelievable. So he'll be on the Sabres in a few years. Same with my niece and the rest of my family as well. But yeah, it's been a great time. I'm happy to be back, and I'll be at the Bills game on Sunday. Looks to be pretty miserable, 54 and pouring rain. So that's not going to be great, but just happy to be home and happy to go to the game tonight. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Christmas for me.
Look at the service.
Christmas for me was it was a good time. I am notorious for falling asleep on the couch no matter where I am on any given holiday. There's actually like a photo album of probably like 50 pictures of me sleeping on different couches at different holidays. Pretty funny. but I definitely ate a lot, got a lot of food in, and just caught up on sleep. Spent some time with the family. I'm glad you were able to get in town. Obviously, for those who don't know, Connor lives in California, works for TMZ full time, and slots in as our co-host when he's not doing that, and all the way from Cali. So this is legitimately the first time me and Connor have recorded together in the same room live. And we've been doing this for almost 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
So this is a big moment. This is a big moment.
We have actual palm trees out there.
Yes.
We have bigger state taxes actually, but the Kings are pretty good, and the Ducks are coming on pretty strong as well. So let's not use that palm tree excuse too often.
Definitely not. Hey, listen, we all know what Kevin Adams was trying to say during all that. I get it. You just don't ever say that in a live microphone. Winnipeg doesn't have palm trees. Minnesota doesn't have palm trees. The list goes on and on, making sign players. And they have taxes as well. That being said, one player I'm excited to see play tonight, Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard is, again, I think he started off pretty slow this season, but for a guy who I like, again, as much as a Sabres fan as I am, I like going to games to see other superstars in the league and how well they're playing. Connor Bedard, 30 points this season in 35 games, not bad. Obviously, I think most people probably predict him to be a plus per game player this season. Again, it's 30 points, 35 games, nothing to sneeze at. Definitely not having a bad season, but I'm definitely excited to see him play. Kind of left off Team Canada for the Four Nations tournament.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I was surprised, but I would say that I'm disappointed because I thought of seeing him play with McDavid. Crosby would have been insane.
Yeah.
Might be his only chance to play with Kyle Crosby.
The 3 generations of generational players would have been pretty cool. I'm not surprised either. I still think he's got some areas he needs to round out on his game. He's a little bit smaller, and I think he needs to adjust to the physicality and the speed of the NHL still. But 30 points in 35 games in the NHL, leading his team, is nothing to slouch at all. I think he'll be noticeable out there tonight. The over-under 6, and I think that's representative of the two teams being relatively low scoring recently. But I expect a wide-open game tonight. I really do. I think both of these teams don't have much to lose. They're at the bottom of the league in terms of the standings, and I think they're going to run up and down the ice as much as they possibly can. I think there's going to be a lot of high-danger chances, some odd-man rushes, defense jumping up into the play. I expect Dahlin to really get into the play tonight. I think his 2+ shots prop is almost a lock every single time he plays, but especially coming back from injury, I think he's going to want to reacclimate himself as much as possible. And our friend Greg Day over there, I think Tage Thompson to score tonight is as good of a lock as you could possibly have in terms of a goal scorer prop. I think he knows he needs to be on track. He needs to play his top game in front of a really good home crowd tonight to get the building going, to get the atmosphere as good as it possibly can be tonight. So I really do like Tage to score as well.
We got a comment here from Chris Dirk, who's live and in the building. Try the Mango Wheat here at Fattey Beer. Great flavor. Go Sabres. Please beat the Blackhawks. No, I agree with it all. I think Tage really needs to pick his game up. I'm not saying he's playing bad, but before that empty net goal, he was a little bit on the scoring slump. He's a guy that you need on the score sheet almost every night. We've been saying this since the start of the season. That top line has to get going again. And right now, I think this is their second or third game in a row playing as a trio. The Lions, per Lance Lyaselski about 6 hours ago. You have Thompson centering Tuck and Zucker. You got the kid line rounding out your second line with Cousins centering Quinn and Paterka. Kulik still at center, centering Krebs and Benson. And your fourth line, McLeod centering Lafferty and Malenstein. Dahlin playing with Byram. Samuelson playing with Power. Bryson with Clifton. And Gilbert and Jokiharju were the extras at practice. So I'm glad to see Jokiharju. It just kind of keeps telling me that they're trying to move him.
Yeah.
And they have been trying to move him for a while. I think that when you get closer to the deadline for a guy, he becomes more valuable because he's a right-handed shot defenseman. I'm not sure what his value is for most teams, but we'll see. But I don't know. I've loved Clifton all season. Dahlin and Byram, hopefully a healthy Dahlin. He says he, for that one interview earlier this week, he said that, he feels he feels as good as he ever has, and hopes not this game the rest of the season, which is great to hear. But Zucker on that top line has looked nice, even though the last game the top line didn't score. I think Zucker's came on the power play. Do you think Lindy, will hesitate to go back to putting Paterka there if things don't work out here early on Blackhawks or against the Blackhawks?
Yeah, I don't think he'll hesitate. I don't think he's hesitated most of the year in terms of switching the lineup even mid-game. I think there's a potential that if it doesn't work out in the first couple periods, they can slot him in and then go from there. If there's some chemistry, if there's the ability to switch it up mid-game, I think Paterka could definitely go up. Another guy I like tonight, who I think I've really liked this game recently, is Jack Quinn. I think Jack Quinn is finding his footing again. He looks a little bit like his old self. His conditioning is at least a little bit better. And I do believe that scoring in the Islanders game, getting another pass to an NHL goalie, a very good one at that, and Ilya Sorokin, I think that's a big deal for him in terms of his confidence. And also the familiarity with the kids line. Cousins, Quinn, and Paterka back together, playing again at home. I think Jack Quinn is on the right track to getting back to a position where we're really confident about his game. So look for him to have a big game tonight as well.
Yeah, I've loved what I've seen out of Jack Quinn's game over the past, handful of games. I'd say 5 games for sure. Jack Quinn has looked like a much different player.
Yep.
Jack has, it seems, found confidence. I'm not sure if if it's a health thing. Maybe he finally feels healthy, but I think it was really prevalent in that shot at the first and the second goal he had, where from the circle, man, that release. So that is the Jack Quinn this team has been waiting for. Jack Quinn, this fan base has been waiting for. And if you can get that guy back and get him to score at the clip starting now that we've expected him since the start of the season, or hoping at least, I think that this team, again, I'm not going to sit here and preach playoffs to you. This team just got off a 13-game losing streak. That's the last thing we should be doing.
Winless streak.
Winless. Shut up. It's a losing streak. It's a losing streak. Bullshit. It's a losing streak. They didn't win. When you don't win, you lose. All right? You play to win.
You got a loser point, though.
You play to win the game. If you didn't win, you what, Connor? If you didn't win, you what?
Sometimes you got one.
No, answer the question. If you didn't win, you what?
You lost. But I don't like the system.
So it's a losing streak.
Like the system.
So it was a losing streak.
It should be a 3-2-1.
13-game losing streak. I don't disagree with you, but that is a 13-game losing streak that you just went on. So we're not going to sit here and preach playoffs to literally anybody. But having said that, if you want to pull up the East standings real quick, the East I can't remember the last time the Eastern Conference was this bad. Obviously, teams like Boston are showing their age. Tampa are showing their age. So the East, honestly, is still really wide open. So if you can go on a run here, right now the Sabres sit at 35 games played, 28 points. The first wild card spot is held by Tampa with 40, the second with 38. So, I mean, you couldn't really go on a run here. Ottawa is a very beatable team, the team that has struggled this season too. If you want to think about it, Ottawa is sitting right now in the same situation that Buffalo was less than a month ago.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question. I think it's maybe less than 20%, but after going on a 13-game winless streak, your playoff chances probably are less than 15, maybe even less than 10. For it to still even have a chance speaks to the level of where the Eastern Conference is right now. I would say that it's the weakest it's been in a really long time. And there's an ability to slot yourself even back into the conversation. If you can even get back into the conversation after a streak like that, that really says something, and it speaks to the parity that exists in the Eastern Conference right now. So I do think it's a possibility. I do think they can rip off 5 right here. You got St. Louis on Sunday. You got Dallas after that. Then you head into 2025 and you turn the page and you go from there. UPL's been unbelievable at the start of each new year the past 2 years. I think obviously getting back to his level of consistency is going to be huge, but getting the whole team, getting some mojo back, getting some confidence, and I really do believe that starts tonight. I just got another text that ticket prices are out of control tonight. That is just mind-blowing to me. We're going to probably scalp. I'm going to have to wait until like 15 minutes left in the first period, but you know what? I'll be there no matter what. You can count on that.
He will be there no matter what, folks. I'd love to hear it. I might go too. We'll see. I haven't decided myself yet. I think I should. The whole crew is going. Right? Yeah. When I go, I mean,
You gotta go.
listen. I like My relationship with the Buffalo Sabres this season is very different than it has been in the past. I am getting sick and tired of spending my evenings watching such a terrible product. But I might go just because this guy is in the house. I know. Is this the first real 2 goalies, 1 mic? It is. We do have 1 microphone, 2 goalies. It is legitimately the first one with Connor Hurley. Back in the day, we did plenty of these. When we first started this podcast, back when me and Johnny Cullen, who's still part of the show, he just, whenever he wants to be on, he can. But with Johnny, we used to record from my living room with 1 microphone. And it was funny, too, because Johnny would have a lip in, and he'd be spitting all over my table. And, by the time we get done,
you don't have to worry about that.
You
don't have to worry about that.
Dip on my table, and I'm like, dude,
I don't partake.
No, neither do I. I haven't since high school. I flew up all over Borden Road after I did a double horseshoe. Never do that again. Ever. I don't suggest it to anybody. Before we get out of here, Connor, just any of your actually, I want to get some predictions from some of the people.
I have questions.
All right.
We got a live viewer question.
So, because he looked very good on Monday. What's your thoughts on Kulik right now? He started a lot.
It's a very good question from our good friend Anton of the LA Bills backers.
I have absolutely loved Erie Kulik.
Yeah, I think he's here to stay. I really do. I think it's about time. I think he's earned his spot. We saw it out on the West Coast swing, and obviously no one really looked good during the winless streak. But I think his game speaks to where the NHL is going. He's fast. He's got a great shot. He's good on pucks. He's tough. He's obviously very young. He's got the conditioning. He's got the ability to play good minutes, and he's good on the power play as well. So I've loved his game recently, and I think that he is here to stay up in the NHL, and that's a good sign for everybody involved, because one thing this organization has preached is building and developing the prospects, right? He's the guy that they took at the end of the first round a few years ago, and he seemed to be a steal at that point. And his pedigree was so high, and he did so well in the AHL, but now it's finally coming to fruition. And I really do believe he's the type of guy that can stay in the NHL and be a 40, 50-point guy for the rest of his career. So, yeah, I do believe Kulik is here to stay, and, let's enjoy the fruits of his labor.
Yeah, I agree. In terms of Kulik, I know you got more depth. One thing I love most about him is he's just not afraid to shoot.
Yeah.
Not zero hesitation with him. Early on in his first couple of games, you'd see him try and force the pass. Trying to be unselfish. I love a selfish hockey player who can puck, and that's what we've been seeing from Erie Kulik. I mean, I don't know what his shot attempts per game have been, but I want him probably right around 8 shot attempts every single game.
Yeah.
Because if you know you have potentially one of the best shots in the team, use it. Don't hesitate. Let it rip and rip, as Brett Hall used to say.
Right up there with Tage, right up there with Duane. I think as many pucks on net for this team is the best possible solution. Getting into dirty areas, getting garbage goals. This team needs a lot more of that. And I think that moving forward, that's going to be the name of the game. You got to get to the dirty areas, and you got to take the goalie's eyes away. As a goalie myself, I know the hardest pucks to stop is when I can't see them, when there's a rebound right in front, or when they're constantly banging in there. So I think that Kulik can score a nice goal here and there, but you saw in Anaheim, he got to the net, he banged home a rebound, and they got the overtime win. So he's a guy that can get to that area and get a good goal for you. Are we going to get a score prediction here, huh?
We're going to get a score prediction here from intern Joey. Another first. First time I've ever actually personally met Joey, intern Joey from the show. Came down here from Ontario just to A, go to the Sabres game, and obviously B, hang out with us. So Joey, predictions for the game and score prediction.
Talking to the microphone.
I'll say 6-3 Sabres.
6-3 Sabres? No shit. Wow. Okay. I like it.
I think Thompson scoring and Jack Quinn.
Thompson and Jack Quinn. You think Jack Quinn keeps up that the hot hand he's had over the past couple games?
The kids line's kind of rolling right now, so
yeah,
I think it's an easy bet.
I think it was definitely their best line.
Little guy over here.
GD3, son of Gregory.
Oh man,
Buddy.
What's your score prediction?
Get in the microphone. Get it on in.
4-2 Sabres.
All right, who do you got?
Same as your dad.
Who do you got? Who do you have scoring?
Dylan Cousins.
Dylan Cousins. Just Dylan Cousins to score all 4. All right. Let's hear it.
So him, let's see, Thompson.
Another Thompson goals. I like it.
Tuck's gonna get 2.
Tuck's gonna score 2. So live score prediction here from Greg Day Jr.
Chris, get in here. Score prediction.
Score predictions. We're gonna get more score predictions from more people around. Score prediction here from friend of the program, Chris Durek.
All right, let's see. Sabres 6, Blackhawks 1, and I think Tuck and Quinn are both gonna have hat tricks.
Tuck and Quinn, both hat tricks. That is a bold prediction if I've ever heard one. He has even GD3 in shock right now at that score prediction and goal scores. A double hat trick in one game, or not double hat trick, but hat trick from 2 different players. When's the last time you saw that? I can't even tell you.
Yeah, that would be probably a long time.
Yeah, it's probably been a minute. Probably back to the days of Lindy Ruff's first run here. The Sabres, potentially.
All right, Anton, score prediction. What do you got?
Score prediction, man.
So I've been texting my very good friend in Los Angeles. She's a diehard Blackhawks fan, so she's been giving me some scouting on her team. She's diehard. And what she's telling me is that she can't understand why they can't be consistent now. They got Palingo, he seems to be great. Bedard is producing still. But she said Steph Jones needs to sit down, that he's just too slow. If he's in the lineup tonight, that should help us with a lot of goals. So I think high scoring is what the key is here today as well. So I'll do 5-3 Sabres final. I'll see Tage with a goal. I'm going to see Kulik with 2 goals. And I'm going to see, I think JJ will get 1 as well, and an empty netter by Tuck.
Nice. All right.
We're shorthanded. Let's do shorthanded.
Shorthanded. I love it. I love it.
A lot of love. A lot of love going for the first 2 lines in tonight's game. I like it. I do like it. Final thought before we get out of here, Connor.
As we said, I'll reiterate again. If anybody has tickets, please let me know. They are expensive. I am shocked. I am surprised. But you know what? More the prevailing emotion, I'm happy. I'm happy to sell out. I'm happy it's going to be a pro Sabres crowd. I'm happy everybody's in town and that it's going to be a good atmosphere tonight. And I'm happy the team finally got off the winless streak and they're back home against a team that is somehow worse than us. And I think we have the opportunity for a big win here tonight. I'm going to say 5-2 Sabres. I think Thompson scores. I think Quinn scores. I think Darlene scores. And I think Owen Power has a good night defensively. How about that, haters?
I mean, rightfully so. People can hate his defensive game. It's been terrible. You can't deny that. Listen, guys, for my score prediction, my final thoughts, I'm going to predict the Sabres win. I'm going to say they rip off 2 in a row here. I'm going to go 4-1. I think UPL plays a good game. I think defensively as a whole, the team plays really well. I think that, kind of going back after the last game, I think that we saw one of the better defensive efforts of the season. Honestly, probably their best game all around all season. I like the lineup that they're putting out there. Again, we mentioned before, they're scratching Yoki Haru. I like a healthy Darlene with Byram. If they can get that defensive pairing going, I really think they could rip off points here. Because it all really starts with number 26. Leading your power play, leading you 5-on-5 when he's out there. He's going to play almost 30 minutes a night. Same thing with Bowen Byram, a guy who, we've heard a lot of speculation in the trade market, his RFA status coming up, but I think he is going to be an integral part of this team moving forward if we can get him locked up at the right number. And Samuelson, again, I mentioned before, I have not hated Samuelson since he's come back. Like, I don't see myself, swearing at the TV because of Matthias Samuelson. So he has been okay, so too. But he's been great, but he hasn't been one of those guys that I've looked at and be like, he's hurting us. Kind of like Connor Clifton, who doesn't really hurt us on nice days. That's how I feel about Samuelson currently right now. He's even playing physical. So I'm going to predict the 4-1 Sabres win with goals coming from Tuck. I'm going to say Malenstein gets on the board tonight. I'm going to say Benson and Quinn. That being said, guys, remember, this was brought to you by Fattey Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at all the locations. You can see the wall of beer behind us. It's not all they have, but it's an incredible atmosphere here. As you can see, I'm going to bring it around here real quick so you guys can all see. It's an incredible atmosphere here at Fattey Beer. Make sure you get down here. Get in the holiday spirit. They have a few 24 beers of Christmas Advent calendar cases left. You can see 4 right behind me. I'm pretty sure if those are up for grabs, they're for sale. An amazing selection too. So make sure you get down here at their Lancaster, the downtown location, the Lancaster location, Kenmore location, Hamburg location, wherever there's a Fattey beer. Great vibes, great music and entertainment, trivia, and of course partake in a Sabres or Bills game. If you ever want to watch the game, definitely never a bad option to go to Fattey Beer. And of course, Buffalo logo apparel, one of the best spots for all of your Buffalo sports apparel needs. Whether it's your shirts, your hats, your hoodies, all local designs, support local businesses like Fattey Beer and Buffalo logo. I am Duane for 2 Goalies, 1 Mike. This is my co-host Connor Hurley for the first time live and in living color, as CM Punk would say.
Living color.
Living color. Live and in living color.
80s terminology there.
Yeah, right. For the first time ever since he's hopped on as my co-host. So shout out to him, and hopefully he gets his Sabres tickets tonight at a semi-decent.
If anyone has tickets, please let me know.
Please let him know. Sorry if that came in really loud because his mouth was right up against the microphone. But that's how urgent it is. That being said, guys, you guys have a great night. Happy holidays. Hope you all had a great Christmas. And as always, go Sabres.